Okay, so kind of a before here on my beautiful white Crocs. This door has got a pretty good kink in it right here. This fender's kinked here, and obviously it's rusty. A little bit of surface rust right kind of here. I don't know if you can see the bubbles starting. A little bit of surface rust there. I'm going to see what we can do to make that look better. This is kind of be some experimenting here, and terrible, non-orthodox, cheap bodywork. So we'll see how we do here. Gotta change the trim out, but not bad. Okay, I mean, it's shit, but that's actually pretty good. Am I right? It's I need something to give me shape. That way I can build off of something. I had no structure before, so yeah, that's it right there. Got the inner lip built, so we got an inner lip now. That's what we got so far. There's actually some material there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this with spray foam. And I'm going to use that to mold the rest of it in any of the uneven spaces. Alright, so it's the next day. And this is what we're working with here. That's way better than we were. We had no metal up to here. So I got structure to work with anyway. So the only unfortunate thing is we're a little wide right here. Like we're out just a little bit. But I have nothing to adhere this to. I have no structure right here. There's nothing I can run this in with. So we're just gonna have to kind of we'll make it work. We'll see what we can do here. We'll make it smoother. It's better than it was. That's what we're going for. It's gonna be better than it was. So that's way better than it was. You could paint this gray right now and run it, and it'd be better than it was. So, but we're gonna smooth her out a little bit. All right, we got our first layer of fiberglass over everything. Kind of tried to cover all the foam areas first on the outside here. My second round, I'll probably finish up this, and then start adding another layer here. But I also got to fill down the ledge here and inside of the my fender well back there. I gotta fill that all in too. But that's not bad for a first coat. Here's pass number 2. Got most of this upper stuff with the first fill. This has got to get brought way out here still, and this has got to come out just a little bit. I do got to do a little bit down here at some point. I still got to fill in back there. But that's starting to look like a body panel again. Look at that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Kind of got to find shape and roughly get it rightish, vaguely. At least when they got in the accident, they didn't somehow manage to not crease the body line right here. I got real lucky there. That would have been fun to create. Instead, I can save the body line, no problem. Or I don't have to do anything to it. So, yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I think this is the 3rd time that this has been fiberglassed. I believe when I was originally digging into this fender a little bit, when I first bought it, I believe it had, obviously rust and paint, and then it had a layer of fiberglass Bondo. I think it had been done twice already. This is a Wisconsin car, I believe, originally. Michigan or Wisconsin. One of those 2 states that is worse than us for road salt and rust. So it's not doing too bad for where it came from. And there's my final pass for the day. We're starting to get close here on the shape. I got a little more to do here. I got another layer that needs to go in, but that was the entire quart tub of fiberglass. So, nice. Yeah, she's structural now. Yeah, I gotta do another good chunk right here, like a ½ inch out here maybe, to get it flush with this edge. And then a little bit right here where there looks like there's a screw still showing. And then I gotta do a skim down here on the bottom. But I don't want to go, I can't go all the way to the end, because obviously I don't have any structure past that. Probably fill that with spray foam so nothing gets in there. Because it's filled in here and all back there. So if I fill that with spray foam, at least for now until whatever I do going forward occurs. This is still pretty rough here. This needs to get filled out here, and probably another good chunk over the top here to get us flush with this edge right here. So I gotta get another can, or hold of another can, probably one more can, and that'll be about done. And then we'll smooth that out a little bit roughly, and we'll go over it with some actual like Bondo. So that's not bad for like I said, there was nothing there before. Going from nothing to that is a huge upgrade. And I got that, for eyeballing that and kind of guessing the width, I got that pretty darn close. It's not bad. For reference, here's the other side that's not as bad. Alright guys, so that's day 2 of rebuilding this quarter panel and fixing the accident damage while we're in there. I think it turned out pretty dang good. I put a layer of this primer over my fiberglass a little bit to tell me, you know, where I'm sanding and where high and low spots are. Pretty much that's the only reason I did it was so I could kind of tell where I'm at, see it better. But it looks pretty freaking good. Obviously it's rough, it hasn't been sanded at all yet, but it hardened up just fine. And I need one more can. It's gonna get one more can of fiberglass tomorrow, and then I'll probably paint over it again, and then we'll sand it down real good and go from there. But yeah, that looks real good. Obviously I got where the license plate ends down there. I gotta put a little bit of filler foam there. I'll probably do that here in a second actually before I go in, let that harden overnight and all day tomorrow. But I don't know, I keep saying to myself, I could paint that right now. I could paint it gray and I would live with that, and I would be perfectly happy with that. That's a huge upgrade from what this rust bucket was. Huge upgrade. No, it looks way better from you know, 15 foot away. It looks better where I'm standing right now, which is like 4. But I don't know, it's kind of a little experiment here on how much I can get away with. Alright, I think I got the depth finally. I had to use another tub of that glass here. But as you can see here, it's pretty flat now at the bottom lip. This was original, and it's got to be out at that width at the end, and then it kind of does that curve. Anyway, I needed that structure there. Now I'll be able to sand it down ideally and get it close, and then put a skim coat over it. That should do it. That should do it. This is what it looks like before sanding it down. A little rough, not bad. We got shape, that's what I'm going for here. We've got the depth I need, I think, to make the quarter. Just make it close. As you can see, a little bit of depth there because it's flat and it kind of curves up. I think we got enough there. Get it close anyway, guys. We are not going for perfection here. This is kind of a, you know, there's something there now? Yeah, absolutely. But look at that structure. Isn't that neat? And it's above that dent that was there, so I'll be able to work that in, I think. We'll see. Holy shit, what a mess. I'm kind of roughing it in with a grinder, at least for the fiberglass. Yeah, wear your PPE for this. All right, got the old Bondo on there. Got some material to sand down anyway. Didn't get any down here very well. I ran out on my mix, so let this harden up. Might as well cut that foam while I'm in there, and then I'll put a little bit of skim coat right there. Otherwise, I think she's, yeah, tacking up pretty good. Nice. Alright, waiting for some filler to set up properly, and we're going in and attempting this front fender. Yeah, she's a little rough, huh? See what we can do about it, though. Oh, there we go. Got that hole patched in. Use a little chunk of license plate down there to make that a little stronger for when we re-adhere the bumper. I gotta clean those threads up, naturally. But otherwise, the hole's gone. Alright, I'm getting close on this side. Getting real close. It's looking pretty good. I got a coat of paint on it drying, and then I'm using that to check high spots as I sand it back down. That's got 2 skim coats on it, and obviously it's fiberglass and everything underneath. It's starting to look pretty freaking good. And while that's been drying, I've been going around, and I got this side all taped off, and I grinded it down, which I may or may not include the photos of that in the editing. We'll see how that goes. And I got it all grinded down. I scuffed up that quarter, and I got it primed, and I'll be able to start working on this. I gotta come up with, I think, a little bit of a plate there, and a little bit of a plate there, and gotta make that corner. And then up front here, we grinded down the fender after fighting to get the bumper off, and I made a little bit of a metal patch right here where that extra bit of putty is to fill a chipped corner when I was grinding the fiberglass out. But fiberglassed it, and I got skim coat over it. That's about ready to be sanded down. Yeah, it's cured. Alright, here's my patches for the passenger side. I got a lip kind of made there with a little bit of a patch there. This one I did pretty good. I was able to tuck it under the metal. And then down here, we've got this hack job of a rocker panel made. I'm going to fill that with foam after I kind of prime these plates here, and we'll shape that to fit. It's not bad. It's not bad. I got that sanded with 220, and then I touched it up with some 320. That's pretty good. I just touched that, and I gotta degrease it again, dumbass. But I think I'm gonna prime that like for the final go. That's not bad. There's a few dings that I can still see in there that I didn't quite get out, but we're gonna live with that because I don't feel like sanding that back down. Yeah, it's not bad from this far away. I want to start this clip off in a weird spot, just because I kind of want to show this off. This isn't the car we're looking at here, but this is a 2007 Saturn Aura XE, and you may or may not have seen it in the background of a few videos. This guy was wrecked into a one of the cable guardrails. A family member had done that, and instead of trashing the car, we ended up fixing it. So we ended up saving the hood. The hood's got a couple scratches in it, but it's not like all bent up. It was bent down here. We were able to fold that back out. But got a replacement fender here, a replacement bumper, 2 headlights, the grill. We're able to save the plate off the original wreck, but painted this with a paint gun. Color, it's not perfect. It looks better in person than it does on camera, actually. But this is because you're painting on plastic, and good luck getting that right. That and this, I think this was a black bumper that we painted here. But the fender looks pretty good. It's not perfect. Like a lot of it's, it hasn't been it's not been like sanded and polished, and I don't think it ever will be. We just wanted to get it roughly the right color. But yeah, it looks pretty good. If you asked me, if you stand 10 foot back here, you can't even tell. You stand right about here, and it looks pretty freaking good. So hey, that was what did I got the bumper for like 40 bucks at U-Pull, got the fender for like 30 at the headlights, and hey, you gotta run and drive a car again. So very, very nice. Anyway, I got it right in here, just charging the battery. But we're working on, got the Neon over here again today. It's been I want to say a month or so since I was working on this bodywork last. It came out yesterday, and I finished up the fiberglass placement. I had to do a bunch on the inside of this, up in here and down in here, and covered up the foam that was here that we put in. Alright, there's a quick look at the quarter panel, all skim coated. Not too bad, not too bad. Just need to sand that down really good, and just send it with the old rattle can and be done. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's actually really nice out. It just rained the entire morning, and it was cold and wet, and now it's still wet, but it's actually kind of nice out. So yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's about all the farther I'm gonna sand the Bondo down. Looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth. It's not perfect. There's a few divots here and there, but we'll see how much of that the filler primer will take up. But that looks pretty good. Way better than it was. Alright, so I could have spent some more time and 220'd that or something, or sanded it a little better, but today is the last good day to get this done. It's like 50 something degrees, and tomorrow it'll be in the 30s. So I just laid the filler primer on there really thick. Yeah, if you look at it, you can see it's not perfect, but the filler primer took up most of it. And there's no holes, so not bad. I'm gonna let that dry for a while, and then we're gonna put the paint on. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Oops, knocked over the clear coat. That's not bad. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Well, we'll see how it turns out when it dries, but I don't know if it's the weather or what, but the paint kind of went like a white, or if I was at the bottom of the can maybe, I don't know. But the paint kind of turned whitish. Yeah, I don't know, but I gotta run on this side. I gotta perfect my clear coat application, but whatever. Yeah, little thick up top. But it's vaguely the same color, and my blend wasn't terrible by any means. So, but yeah, the paint is kind of like a foggy white. You can you can see it right here, because I went in and I sanded this down and I redid the blend. Well, I blended it. I didn't have tape. You can't see it as well on the camera, but it's kind of like a foggy white. And it was like that before I put the clear on, but out of paint, out of time. It's about the best we're gonna get. You can really see it here because I kind of just touched up this rust. That's the paint match paint. It's the same paint I used earlier. And here's the driver's side after I went and I sanded down this edge. Looks a lot better that way because I had left that tape on there and I had you could see the primer and honestly the Bondo, I think. So I sanded that down pretty smooth and then I painted and cleared it. But yeah, you can see it's kind of like a foggy white. I don't know what happened. Anybody that knows paint, tell me what happened there. Because I'm curious to know so I can try to avoid it next time. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of experimenting anyway, so. But that's not that bad. You can see, you can really see it right here. I got the door panel back on, got that clipped in. I got to put a screw here, and I think a screw right there. And then we're starting the cleaning session to clean all of the Bondo dust out of this poor car. So I don't think I'll film any of that. I'll just give you a good before and an after. Usually I'm pretty bad at giving you a before because I don't think about it till halfway through. I've already come through and I cleaned most of the junk out of it anyway, but yeah, so there we go. That's what we are working with. Alright, I was going through and cleaning out the trunk, and I forgot that I got this license plate bracket at the junkyard last year for this, and I never put it on, so I put it on. Yeah, that helps a lot. It looks way better with that on there. Nice. Well, I stand corrected. It's been sitting for an hour or two. Not two, probably an hour, because I've been vacuuming the car out. And look at that. It darkened up. I can still kind of see it, but it's way, way closer. But anyway, that's where we're at so far. I haven't scrubbed anything, just did an initial vacuum to get all the loose dust out. And it looks better. Oh, door's locked. There we go. Yeah, it needs to be scrubbed real good, but it's better. Trunk turned out pretty good though. Nice. Alright, well here's the finished product. She's all done. Been running out here the entire time. I've been cleaning the interior here, keep the get the moisture out, clear the fog off the windows, but also keep me nice and warm here, and heat cycling it, making sure it doesn't overheat still, and charging the battery up because I had the doors open for a while there. But lights all seem to be working. That new front plate mount looks absolutely perfect. That rust still hasn't popped through. That's been made a darker color, but got this all scrubbed down. That looks pretty good. Clear coat dried just in time for this rain that started coming through. But everything looks good back here. I gotta take some like 3000, 5000 grit, and I got a little overspray here. I gotta get off this lens. That looks pretty good. You can see my run. I had a pretty bad run on that side, unfortunately. Laid it too thick on that seam, or yeah, body line, whatever. But it is what it is. Not that worried about it. Like I said, you look at it 10 foot away, it's got metal here, metal. It's got no holes right there. But it looks pretty good here. These doors are the worst on the car now. This one's really, really bad, but it's what it is. That looks really good now that I scuffed it up and I clear coated it with the gloss. Instead of that, I accidentally used a matte the first time on this and that quarter over there. I wasn't paying attention. I said 1K clear. Oh, cool, great. No, it was matte. So, but that looks better. Matches a lot closer with the gloss clear. So, that's cool. All right, now let's reveal the interior. It's all scrubbed down. Looks pretty good. Going right for the radio here. Boom. So, there you go. Looks pretty good. Stains that were always in the seat are still there, but I scrubbed them down pretty good. Dash looks good. The rear turned out really good because nobody ever sat in the rear in this car, I don't think. I'm gonna unlock it because I bumped that. But yeah, the rear looks pretty good too. And I got all the door jambs scrubbed too. Got all the dust out of them because it shouldn't get dust in the winter here because there's snow and ice all over the road, and it's been raining here, so there won't be any dust for the next couple weeks anyway. But yeah, it looks pretty good. We're sitting here at 161, 132 miles. If about par for the course from last year, by next spring that should be about 180, maybe 185, depending how much I drive. So we'll hopefully she gets there. I would like to fluid film it really good underneath before the real snowfall hits, but we'll see what I do. Yeah, I get to. I did get the rear subframe sprayed at least. That's the part that's gonna rot out. The rest of it's it'll be fine. All right, guys. So we're under the 2004 Dodge Neon SXT, and here you see the wire for the downstream O2 sensor hanging. So this car's had check engine light on since I bought it from Copart, and the check engine light was for downstream O2 sensor. And last year when I went to investigate that, I found that I could spin the entire top piece of the O2 sensor around the fitting. So I'm like, oh, I'll buy a new O2 sensor. And I did that, and then I realized that the O2 sensor is jammed right up in the side of the cat and the I don't know, you want to call it a doghouse, whatever, the cutout in the unibody here for the exhaust. And I decided that wasn't worth it, and I didn't do it. However, I've decided that it is now worth it. And what we ended up doing here today is I took the grinder and I cut the top off so I could fit this 7/8 wrench onto the O2 sensor, and then I heated the ever-loving piss out of it, and I just cracked it loose, and it's spinning free and like smoothly, so I didn't strip the threads out of the cat, which is what I was worried about. Yeah, so it's spinning free, and I'm about to get it out, and then I'm going to put a new O2 sensor in there, and bright orange light at 4 a.m. it should be gone. So that would be very, very nice. But yeah, so I even brought the hammer, and I didn't need it. I cooked that thing till it was glowing red. Put that 7/8 on, which fits snug, and then just I pulled tight on it, and it was stuck, and all of a sudden it popped, and then it went, and yeah, so we're good to go. But yeah, I'll bring you back if I get the new one in, and hopefully the engine light goes away. Alright, so here's the old O2 sensor out. So, see that? I think this was from me trying to get at it last year with this stupid thing. But this is our winner right here. Obviously, here's the connector. Get you up here real quick. And there's the new guy up in there. So we'll see what happens. That should fix it. So, alright, look at that. The orange light of death is gone. Isn't that cool? That's the first time I've seen this cluster with no warning lights. I did plug the seatbelt in for the sake of you guys, but look at that. We'll see if it stays off. I know when I initially tried to clear it, I cleared it and it immediately came back on, so I'm pretty certain that we fixed the O2 sensor problem. So that's freaking cool. Alright. I think this will be a quick one, but there you go, guys. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this little mini series on this 2004 Dodge Neon SXT that I saved from the scrapyard at a Copart auction. I paid out the door about $1,100 because it was totaled in this corner. And we have since now repaired that quarter panel and replaced that door, and it is back to its former glory.